Hello and welcome to a special edition of WMAR2 News. I'm Christian Schaefer.
And I'm Megan Knight. We are here at the track at Towson University, getting ready to gear up for an in-person walk this year to benefit Autism Speaks. We had to do the walk virtually last year, but we're not doing it this year. We're coming back to the track and getting ready to walk that 1.54 miles.
And we're doing it in person. You might be asking yourself, why 1.54 miles? Well, out of every 54 children born, one is diagnosed somewhere on the autism spectrum, which can be very frightening for new families. That's where the organization Autism Speaks comes in. They provide services for families all over the autism spectrum throughout the lifetime of the individual who's been diagnosed.
Yeah, so our hope tonight really is by sharing these stories with you, it'll give you more knowledge and awareness about those who live on the autism spectrum, maybe even inspire you to give and support Autism Speaks, and also really just live by their motto of be kind.
And if you were with us last year, you might remember Team Azim.
How do you feel today?
I feel
You gotta finish it.
happy.
You're happy. I can tell you're happy. You're smiling. Good job.
It takes a village to raise a child.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, oh thank you.
Can I have one too? Thanks.
I think the thing about Azim is I think once you get to know him, like people are drawn to him. Like he's a man and he doesn't talk, but for some reason he meets people and he connects with them and they connect with him, and I think that's, you know, without any verbal, you know, interaction.
Touch silver. Silver.
Yeah.
Touch blue.
Such a great family, and we checked back in with them to see how things have been going for the last year.
Just wait. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait 5 minutes, okay?
He has come such a long way. He now can ask for things verbally, which he had never done before.
Azim, what do you want? Sure. Here you go. You're welcome.
As you know, majority of children were virtual last year due to COVID, and in the beginning I thought like this is going to be really hard, but it was actually like a blessing in disguise for us. He did very, very, very well during virtual. He mastered every single goal on his IEP, which hasn't happened since he was in kindergarten.
One of the biggest milestones we actually achieved this year was Azim started vocalizing for the first time. And when I say that, I mean he like asking for things. He'll ask for his red iPad or his blue iPad, or for food, for certain items to drink. And, you know, throughout his life, we always have to either anticipate it or he had to use a device to do it. And to actually see him, to hear him say it for the first time was really, really uplifting and heartwarming and emotional.
Azim, can you tell me when your birthday is? Tell me your birthday.
My birthday is August 15th.
Now it's gotten to the point where he vocalizes a lot, so it's
My name is Azim.
it gets a little too much, but I mean, I'll take it. It's a new experience from him.
I don't understand. What do you say? Do you want to go? Where?
In the car, when you have a silent son since birth, to have him actually say a word is absolutely heartwarming. And that's a huge thing when you have someone who doesn't, you know, it's easy to tell someone something. It's very different when they can't tell you and then you finally realize, you know, what they want to say to you or what they mean.
It is so exciting to see the progress that he's made.
Yeah, absolutely amazing to see. What a great kid. All right, next up, we got Miss Personality herself. Meet Sarah Spencer. Kelly and Sean Spencer's 17-year-old daughter, Sarah, is full of personality.
Well, Sarah is a feisty young lady. She is very quirky in her own way. She loves music, she loves to dance, and she definitely recognizes her own beauty.
When Sarah was 3 years old, she was diagnosed with autism. Her parents say Sarah's early diagnosis was critical in supporting her development. However, studies show that minorities tend to be diagnosed later and less often. Autism affects 1 in every 144 girls, and in boys, it's much more common at 1 in every 34.
Yeah, it was a little scary. I did not, at the time, really have any experience with anyone on the spectrum. I wasn't familiar. I had started doing a lot of reading. It was really, really challenging for us in the beginning, not knowing where to go, who to contact, resources. That initial kind of, shock and surprise was quickly replaced with, okay, what's next? As parents, like any other parent of any other child, what do we do to give our child the best opportunity that she can have to have a good life, whatever that looks like for her?
The year after Sarah's diagnosis, her mom found out about the Autism Speaks walk and decided to join.
My entire family came out, our extended family and friends, to the walk, and that was really the first opportunity they had to see other children on the spectrum, to talk to some of the care providers and resources in the community, and so that was just really a nice opportunity for us and for her.
Over the years, the Spencers have built a strong community through this walk. Each October, their family and friends look forward to coming out to the event and celebrating Sarah.
The walk for us is one of the few times where we don't worry. We take Sarah, and Sarah does whatever Sarah wants to do, and all the other kids there are doing the same thing, and nobody cares. This is a good way for grandparents and aunts and uncles and extended family to really learn about autism, to really learn about the community, and instead of forcing the child into their community, this is a way for family and supporters to become a part of the child's community.
In the 14 years since Sarah has been diagnosed with autism, the Spencers have dedicated their lives and time to promoting acceptance and inclusion of those on the spectrum. They're especially passionate about helping other families at the beginning of their journey, like they once were all those years ago.
I know that for parents, it's so scary in the beginning, especially feeling a little bit isolated and alienated, and for those families that don't have experience with autism or with developmental challenges, they struggle, and we struggled in the beginning to really find a community.
It just feels good that we're able to be able to share as much as we've learned with other families, and and then the knowledge base just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing, because we learn it's almost like every day there's something new.
And on October 31st, you'll see team members of Sarah Striders taking part in the Autism Speaks walk in Towson. They've raised more than $20,000 for the nonprofit over the last 13 years.
We encourage and invite everyone to participate in our team. We love to have walkers come out and join our team. Our team is Sarah Striders, and if you go to the Baltimore Walk for Autism Speaks, you can search for our team name.
The Spencers say they are extremely grateful to all who have supported them and Sarah.
It just means the world to us just to know, again, that we aren't alone, and it helps us to help others.
It's just a gift that we can't even measure the value.
From one Sarah to the next, Sarah Goldstein is the Senior Manager for Field Development for Autism Speaks. She is super excited about this year's walk, and she wants you to be just as excited.
Come join us at the Autism Speaks walk and be kind.
Hey, Sarah! Sarah! Well, I guess we'll just let her get her practice laps in, and we'll talk to her about the mission and the goal of Autism Speaks when we come back.
Oh, hey, look, Sarah's back from her laps.
Okay, I'm gonna go talk to her now about this year's fundraising goal.
Our goal is $220,000, which is a big goal, but we're hoping that our participants and our sponsors are gonna come out and support us and fundraise and do everything they can to help us meet that goal. So the mission of Autism Speaks is to enhance the lives of people with autism and their families. And we have a lot of programs and services that we do that support that mission, whether it's transitioning to adulthood and finding gainful employment for people with autism, all the way to promoting early childhood screening and getting your child diagnosed as early as possible to then start the services that they need and deserve. So we're looking for support and fundraising to help us meet those goals and provide more of those services and continue the programs that we already provide. And you can register by going to our website, autismspeakswalk.org, and find the location closest to you, which will most likely be that Baltimore Walk. And click on the link, register using the link on the homepage, and then share it on Facebook. 85 cents of every dollar that's raised by our community goes to our programs and services at Autism Speaks.
Up next, meet another family who has benefited from the work of Autism Speaks.
So Nick is a very mild-mannered autistic child.
A very happy child.
Yeah.
Very affectionate.
Yeah, you squeezing my hands. My hands. When Nick was 2 years old, we thought he couldn't hear. He stopped listening and talking. Took him to an audiologist to see. I thought he had an ear infection. We went to 3 different audiologists because I kept thinking, okay, well, he's still not talking and he's still not hearing. He had just been at the 2-year doctor appointment, saying up to 50 words, and then he just stopped talking.
After learning that hearing wasn't the problem, they took Nick to Kennedy Krieger, where they diagnosed him with autism.
It was just a lot to take in all at once.
Yeah.
We didn't really know anything about autism. We'd heard of it. I mean, what do you really know that you've never lived before?
The Krugers started doing their research, and that's when they found Autism Speaks.
We've learned what works for other families and take that knowledge to see how it integrates in our family. And then again, that image of, okay, it's not just us, you know, everybody's struggling with it.
Autism Speaks has a tremendous amount of toolkits that are available online that are free. They're important for certain aspects and time frames in their life, like the first 100 days after that diagnosis. You need to pay attention to that 100-day toolkit. It'll tell you, you know, what to do and what to expect and how to get started. And there's people to reach out to.
Our neurologist gave us the best advice that we ever had. He said, if you had a child that broke his foot, what would you do? I said, take him to an orthopedic. He said, if you couldn't see and you needed glasses, I said, an ophthalmologist. He said, well, your son has autism, you're going to teach him differently, which was a light bulb moment because then we understood, okay, we can get through this, we'll just teach differently. I have a young friend that just found out that her son indeed is autistic. And I told her, I said, you need to treat him like any other child. He's your child, whether he's tall, skinny, short, fat, should have been, could have been, whatever. You know what I mean? He's your child. And you need to figure out what works with your family. So the biggest thing is with other families is you got to figure out what works for your family. Do you know what I mean? But I treat him just like any other child. He has chores. He sets the table, he takes the recycling, he strips his bed, he puts laundry in the laundry room, you know, because that's what you do. You know what I mean? You got to participate in what goes on in the house.
The whole experience is going to be overwhelming for anybody that gets that diagnosis. You're not prepared for it. There's just, you don't know where to turn. You just feel like everything just fell all around you and you feel like you're the only one. And the important thing for them to know is they're not the only one, and that there's an entire community out there that's willing to reach out and help guide them along the way.
We are committed.
We're focused.
Focusing on the walk.
These kids.
It's Flashback Friday.
So as a parent, you know, two autistic boys, twin boys, you know, the challenges for us as autistic families who have an autistic child, that a lot of organizations, entities, restaurants, doctors, and so forth, they don't have a familiarity with the disorder.
That's where both the Arrow School and the Autism Speaks organization steps in to fill the gaps.
Their reputation has been built up very quickly because the staff here is phenomenal and the kids are treated really well. It's amazing, and I've enlisted their help. They come with us to doctor's appointments. They really support us even outside of this building. I'm a single mom, so I need the support.
We look for people who love to work with kids. Everybody helps, everybody pitches in, and you'll see that. If you walk into my classroom, you shouldn't tell the difference between the teacher, the one-to-one, the TA. And if you notice, you don't, right? I mean, they're all teaching. They're all working with the kids.
The Arrow School's aim is to prepare their students to live full lives, interact with their communities.
What Autism Speaks does is the Autism Speaks walk in general gives our kids an opportunity to participate in something bigger, right? To give back. When they turn 21, I need my kids when they leave here to be able to do what all of us would do. It may look slightly different and the timing may be slightly different, but they're going to their work, they're making their bed, they're putting their clothes away. They may need assistance, right? I mean, they may need some, but my kids need that opportunity, that chance to get out there.
Autism Speaks hopes the community will join them in helping Meyer's sons and others along these journeys.
It's a good opportunity to raise funds, but also to increase awareness about autism and the impact that it's having.
Another organization that continues to do great work.
Last year, we had a text to donate link, but now we've made it easier for you. There's a QR code right on your screen where you can scan it with your phone and donate directly to the Autism Speaks Baltimore Walk.
And we're going to take a quick break while you scan that QR code.
And now meet a local family of 6, including Alex, who loves to express himself using kisses. 6-year-old Alex Martin might be the smallest in the family, but he has the biggest heart.
Alex he's unique. He is special. He's nonverbal, and he's a joy.
He's just the most carefree, perfect, loving little boy we could have ever wished for. I don't know how we got so lucky to get the world's most amazing kid.
High five, please. Down, shake, kiss. Good job.
Alex lights up every single room that he walks into. He's nonverbal, so he doesn't use words, but he definitely uses signs and hugs and kisses to show his affection.
In 2016, Janet noticed that then 1-year-old Alex was not hitting some of his milestones.
With Alex being our 4th child, I kind of always known that he was different. He didn't hit his milestones like the other kids did. And at his 12-month well-child check, I brought my concerns to the doctor and they told me to kind of, relax, he would catch up sort of thing, but I knew it just wasn't a catch-up thing.
Following her instinct, Janet scheduled an appointment with an early intervention team, and Alex was diagnosed with autism in 2017. Immediately, the Martin family wanted to get involved and found out about Autism Speaks online.
I saw everything they did within the community and we just wanted to be a part of that. So literally the year Alex was diagnosed with autism, we started fundraising for Autism Speaks. Oh, the first year at the walk, that was fun because we obviously didn't know what to expect. So many people, balloon arches, the kids love all the goodies and little sensory toys and stress balls that they get.
And each year since, the Martins have been fundraising for Autism Speaks, raising more than $20,000.
I personally love Autism Speaks because when we feel like we're the only parents going through something, I can reach out to our Autism Speaks Maryland group where other parents are on and we can, talk with them and they assure us that we're not the only parents going through this and that we're going to get through it. So I feel like it's just the parent support that it brings for our family.
It's a community. The old saying, it takes a village.
They're our village.
They're our village, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Martins say the walk is the most exciting event of their year.
I would recommend that you go to the walk. You'll most likely go there thinking, I'm not on the spectrum, I can probably motivate someone or inspire someone. But when you get there and by the time you leave, you'll realize that that's different. Everyone there will inspire you, I assure you. So if you've never been, please go.
And this year, the Martins will be walking with their longtime supporters and friends.
All of our family and friends, they are there for us and support us year after year. That means the most. This money doesn't go to us or our family. It goes to families that are like us who need help. I appreciate every donation, every penny that we can get for this cause because it truly means so much to me and our family. If anyone would like to donate to Team Martin, we can be reached on Facebook at Janet Martin. You can also find our fundraising link on the Baltimore Autism Speaks Facebook page under Team Martin.
Hope to see all y'all at the walk October 31st, Sunday. Be there.
Well, the excitement is clearly rubbing off as Christian's now getting in his practice laps. So by the time he comes back, we'll be back to continue putting together the autism puzzle. Well, tonight we showed you just a few of the lives that Autism Speaks has really changed for the better.
If you want to join the fight, find a community, or just learn more about autism, Autism Speaks is a great place to start.
And we are going to continue to put that puzzle together.
So we hope you can join us right here at Towson University, October 31st, for the 2021 Autism Speaks Walk. For Megan Knight, I'm Christian Schaefer. Thanks for watching.